Alright everybody, welcome back. I'm sure you saw yesterday's video where I did a deck profile and combos with Yugioh Synchron back to 3. That was day 1. Today is day 2 and I've made a few adjustments to the deck. I'm gonna try and keep this bit short because I'm noticing you guys kinda zone out if my deck profiles are too long. So I'm gonna try and keep this short and go straight into the combos. The deck is pretty much the same. The only difference is I've added in the Kashtiras, and there's one specific reason for this, and I have to give credit where credit is due. I saw a video by Jesse Cotton and he pointed out something really interesting. Obviously, we're going to be seeing a lot of Kashtiras now. It's the best deck at this point in time. So we're going to see a lot of Shangri-La effects activating, and it does activate on our turn to special summon a Kashtira from deck. So what we can capitalize on is, if they do that, we can special summon our unicorn from our hand. Don't activate its effect because you don't want to trigger anything to get it banished. You need to have it on the field. And then straight from there, you can make your own Arise Heart because they've activated Shangri-La on your turn. So then you can go straight into battle and attempt to make Zeus and wipe the board. So that's a very cool line that we can utilize. There is a bit of a conflict with that is with your Synchro Overtake. The turn you use this effect or to go into this rank play, cannot use Synchro Overtake, and you're locked out of the Dawnwalker package. So there's a bit of a drawback, so you need to pick your battles and how you want to approach this. If you open up and you see you have Synchro Overtake as the only combo piece you have, but knowing that even that won't be able to out the Kashtira board, you might as well just go for the Rise Heart and then Zeus the board and know you starting on a clean sweep for the next turn. But yeah, that's just a little niche play that I thought you guys would like. Everything else stayed the same. I removed the baby dragons. I just kept Sharon and 2 Trail. And then this build is like one of the older builds that I did where we're not synchro climbing. We're just going up straight into the big boys. But the problem with that build was very bricky. So I sort of countered that with yesterday's video where we're adding the counterparts, which makes it a little bit more consistent, and yeah, the call by, which is very needed, and then like our toolbox, which is Foolish Burial and Rota. Pretty much everything else stayed the same, and then obviously the Riven Light package. And then I added in the 2 junk speeders. It was very important in this format. You always want to have 2 because the Kashtira is just going to rip from your extra deck. And then now there are 2 more juicier targets for them to rip, so they're not even going to look at this, which is good. And then Dabbleant is still used to make Wolfrat. Wolfrat is still very good to just shuffle back. Baron, Crystal Wing, still very good. I removed Herald because, I mean, you can make Herald in this build, but I mean, it's just going to get swung over. It's very minimal at this point in the game. And Telement's not the best deck, so it doesn't do all that much. Jet Warrior and Junk Warrior for the Synchro Overtake targets. Axel comes up a lot, especially we're seeing a lot of nibs. So if we go to Yazi, into Meme, into Axel, and then you straight up make a Baron or something like that, it's you do need Axel. Dablantis to make Wolfrayet, ready to cheat out Shooting Majestic. These are all really cool things that we can do now, and 43, but it's still very consistent. You don't always have to stick to 40 if you know the build is going to be consistent, and that's what I've aimed for here. So let me just show you a few test stands and let's see how we combo off. Okay, so this is a very good hand. So obviously, first things first, you start off with Dawnwalker. This hand, we're not going to use Junk Synchron at all because we're just going to search for Starter Synchron and make speeder that way. So I'm just going to discard Junk Synchron for cost, use Dawnwalker, and we're going to make Diabolantis, activate its effect to send Fengli to the graveyard, Fengli effect, and now we're just gonna make Wolfred right now. And now when we build our board and activate monster effects, it's just gonna make our Wolfred live. So we're gonna search for Starter Synchron. Okay, if we drew into the birth, this would be very big because you could just special this, but is what it is. Normal summon effect, you're going to search the Arrive in Light. We're not going to search Illumination. You only use Illumination if you draw it. That's when it only has value in this build. But in this build, Arrive in Light is more valuable. Okay, and then you make Speeder. You're going to activate Speeder. 1, 2, 3. Wolfred is just going to keep gaining, and at this point I usually have a Kashtira Unicorn on the field, so if I do, I just use Junk Synchron and the Unicorn to make a Baron straight up here to protect this play that I'm going to do now. So now I'm going to go into Starter's Charge Warrior, and I'm going to get that draw, and then just to chain block, we'll just add Jet. And this point in time, we only have 1 Junk Synchron in the deck. I'm just going to add Converter. Wolf Rate is almost there. And now, okay, we can activate Arrive in Light, put Converging Wolves to the top, and then we can make a Ruddy Rose. Don't activate Ruddy because you don't want to get your graveyard banished unless you know you're going second against a deck that does suffer from having the graveyard banished. Then you can activate it, but right now it's not necessary. So we're gonna draw, activate the Converging Wolves, special the Broto from the deck, and now we can see our Wolf Rate is live at 4k. We're going to activate Broto, targeting Converging Wolves. We can discard our Converter, we're going to add Trail to hand. And this is why I say you don't need Surge Illumination off of Starter Synchron, because the Omni Dragon will just do it for you. And then we're not going to waste time, we just make SMSD right here. Very good. And then you see this is where you could go into a Herald of the Arclight, but for this build I don't think it's very necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Starter Synchron, I'm going to tribute the Junk Synchron for cost, special summon Trail from our hand, and now we can make Axel. We're going to activate Axel, we're going to send Jet Synchron to the graveyard, increase, and now you can make any level 10 of your choice, and I'm making Baron. And we will set the called by, and this will be your end board. Not too bad considering, I mean, that's not bad at all considering we're not level climbing at all. And yeah, we've got a Wolf Rite which will shuffle back, we've got the Omni Negate that banishes, so very good. We've got the Baron, which is another Omni Negate, and it can tag itself out for, I mean, we can still bring back Ruddy Rose if we wanted to. Oh no, we can't, it has to be level 9 or lower. We can tag out into Axel, we can tag out into Starter's Charge, and this Speeder if we needed to. I mean, there's still Unicorn even, we could tag out for a Unicorn. That's the nice thing about this. So many good things we can do with this build. But yeah, that's tester number 1. I'm just going to do one more. I'm going to keep this video short and sweet, and let's keep it going. Okay, this hand is also not bad at all. 1-for-1 is simply for Jet Synchron. I mean, that's only, and actually just a conflict if you wanted to as well. So for example, this hand, you could go Tuning, Search, Starter Synchron, go 1-for-1, send Junk Converter to the graveyard, and then special summon Jester, and then summon your Starter Synchron and make Speeder that way. That's one line of doing it. Or you can go Search, Starter Synchron, or Jet Synchron, whichever you prefer. Activate Junk Converter, send them both to the graveyard. You hopefully want to, because you have Junk already in hand, you hopefully would like to see your opponent use an Ash on this, so you either waste their Ash and then you summon Junk and special summon Converter and combo of that way. So this hand is very versatile. But as always, I'm going to start off with Dawnwalker. I'm going to pitch Junk Converter because it still makes our Junk Synchron live. Going to do the same play, make Diabolantis. Its effect will get us our Fengli. Fengli will activate the special. And then make the Wolf Rate. And then over here, I'm just going to showcase to you the 1-for-1 line. So I'm going to go Tuning. So it's Starter Synchron. Mill the Dawnwalker, that's fine. I'm going to activate, send, and then I'm going to special summon Jester. I'm going to normal summon Starter Synchron, activate its effect, and as always, we're searching Arrive in Light. We're going to make Speeder. And I mean, at this point, if Speeder gets negated, it's going to happen at some point in time. If it does, it's fine. We've got the Wolf Rate, so we already have a potential threat on the board. So, if this was our opponent and they had maybe an Imperm in their hand, that's the only thing they had, I think they might just prefer to hold it, and then on their turn, they Imperm the Wolf Rate. But then at that point, it wouldn't matter because, I mean, we have how many negates that we can bring out, so yeah, it's all up to how our opponent decides to activate their cards. Same thing is going to happen right now. We're going to make Charge Warrior to get a draw. And then just so if they have Ash in hand, we can chain block with Jet Synchron. We will add Converted Hand because we only have one junk in the deck. I don't want to exhaust my resources. And we draw into a unicorn, which is very good. So we have a follow-up. We can activate the Raven Light right now. Put Converging Wills to the top. And then we will make Ruddy. Come on. There you go. Okay, Ruddy. Not gonna activate Ruddy, just gonna activate the Raven Light. Draw, special, and special the Brotor. And now Wolfred is live. And now we'll search Stardust Synchron. I'm not Stardust Synchron, Stardust Illumination. Sorry. And this is also why we kind of want to search something off of Jet Synchron, so we have fodder for Brotor to search Trail, because if you have no cards in hand, you can't use this effect. And then we're not going to waste time. SMSD, activate effect, send junk to grave, special summon Trail. So the one pattern I am noticing here is our end board is usually going to be Shooting Majestic, Wolfrate, and Baron. So it's a very strong board. Not to say that it can't get outed, it could very easily get outed, but it's not a bad board at all. Increase. Baron. And then you have the Unicorn in hand for follow-up in case your board gets broken. So not too bad. And like with this line, like I was saying earlier, if it's Kashtira, break your board and they go into Shangri-La and you still have a monster zone that's still alive, you're in a good spot because you can special summon Unicorn. Don't activate its effect, just go straight up into the Rise Heart, attempt to go into battle anything you want, and then because it's a 3k body, and then just make Zeus and then board wipe, which is very good. But yeah, that's what it's looking like for day 2. I think this is a very good build at the current time. I think tomorrow or the day after I'll just do like testing, like actual testing against actual players, and then we'll see what it's like in action. Maybe this is only good because we don't have an opponent, right? So there's no interruptions. So maybe this will be a very bad build, we don't know. But in terms of consistency and actually putting boss monsters on the board, it's doing very well. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked it or if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.